It's 75 years this year since the end of the Second World War, and it's more important than ever that we honour those who gave their lives to fight for this country.
They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn them. At the going down of the sun and in the morning we will remember them.
As a British Bangladeshi, I'd like to pay my respect to a fellow British Bangladeshi, Amjad Ullah of Khazirgaon, Inatganj, Nobiganj, who is an extended family member. I am proud that he did his bit for humanity, for us all to be safe. I thank you for your service. You will not be forgotten. None of those brave men and women will be forgotten.
For me, I know my grandmother had two brothers that went off to war and she never saw again. One of my cousins has been to visit those graves in the north of France. Those people that we never ever had a chance to get to know. Such sad memories for us all.
It's important that we continue to honour the contribution of those who have sacrificed their lives, and to remember that in our local communities, these are people who lived with us in our communities. They were friends, they were relatives, they were neighbours.
There are only a very few of us here at the War Memorial in Old Eldon Square to mark Armistice Day.
In this exceptional year, there are no large crowds, no military bands, no massed armed forces, and no veterans parading through our city centre. No one is alive now who can bear first-hand witness to the horrors and miseries of the First World War. But their memory lives on, in names carved on our war memorials, in valiant and heroic deeds recorded in our history books, in our sense of gratitude expressed by the wreaths of poppies to be laid today. Time does not dim our thanks for all those who made the ultimate sacrifice to protect the freedoms we enjoy. For our Newcastle is a city of strong, proud and resilient communities. We know that true peace is not merely the absence of war, but the active promotion of equality, fairness and social justice for all. And we acknowledge today all those who have gone before us to fight and die for these values. May their memory live on in our hearts forever.
We gather today to remember all those who have lost their lives through war. We gather to share in silent memory of their lives and all they lived to achieve. In the rising of the sun and its going down, in the blowing of the wind and the chill of winter, in the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer, in the rustling of leaves and in the beauty of autumn, when we are lost and sick at heart, when we have joys we yearn to share, so long as we live, they too shall live.
Remembrance is an important theme at the heart of the Christian faith. And last Sunday we celebrated All Saints' Day, when we're mindful not just of those who have gone to glory, the saints who have died, but also the saints who are still living, those who have been an inspiration to us in this earthly life. And I'm sure we each can bring to mind a person who has been an inspiration for each of us.
All those lost in the world wars and conflicts of the past and present, those who have been injured or disabled through war, those who have lost homes and security through conflict, those who have lost relatives, those who face danger and take risks for peace. And we meet to commit ourselves to work in penitence and faith for reconciliation between the nations, that all peoples may together live in freedom, justice and peace. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
There is music in the midst of desolation, and a glory that shines upon our tears. They went with songs to the battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds uncounted. They fell with their faces to the foe.
Armistice Day must always be a time reserved for actively remembering those who have been lost, as well as those who still carry physical, mental and emotional scars as a consequence of the terrible sacrifices made during the World Wars and other conflicts we should never forget. But as well as remembering the terrible sacrifices made, it's also important to recall the community spirit that was so evident during the World Wars in particular.
As we remember those who sacrificed their lives to create the kind of world that we live in now, let's also take a moment to reflect on what we can do, not just to make our battle against COVID a short battle, but what we can do to reflect on creating a better world for us all to live in the future, one that our parents and our grandparents would be proud of.
We must never take this sacrifice for granted. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, we will remember them.
We're asking you to observe 2 minutes silence at 11 o'clock to honour the fallen and to pay tribute to those who have served and those who continue to serve their country, either in your own home or on your doorsteps. And if we can do that, then we can make sure that Newcastle remembers.
Age shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
When you go home, tell them of us and say, tomorrow we gave our